Hey, what is going on, guys? We've got something a little bit different today. As you can see from the title, this isn't your usual omnibus video. I went to the bookstore recently and I wanted to get something, more spooky, more horror-esque for the season. And I came across this, which is a manga. And I've never read manga before, so this is my very first one. And I have to tell you, it was something. So let's jump right into it and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Okay, this is Uzumaki by Junji Ito. I might be saying either of those things wrong. I assume Uzumaki means spiral, as that's really what this book is about, spirals. First and foremost, apologies because my hand will be in the way because the binding isn't bad, but it's not sewn like Marvel binding, so it tries to shut on me if I hold it down. Alright, so if you're not a manga person, which I am not, this is my first ever I've read actually, you're probably thinking, what the heck is this? You can see immediately some of the art that captivated me in this book, and that's why I picked it up. Took a chance, and turns out I found like the most popular horror manga writer, so not really an underdog, but man, this was really, really great, guys. I believe it's the most successful graphic novel style book that I've ever read when it comes to horror. Actually, I can say definitively, without any doubt, it is. It has its moments of existential terror, body horror, a ton of body horror, and normally these things don't get a rise out of me, like, at all, but I actually felt something sort of viscerally terrifying or terror inducing, I guess, while reading this. So, I mean, wow, there is some power behind the art and the words of this story. It packs a punch, my friends. It packs a punch. And if you're trying to scratch that horror itch, then this is certainly going to do that for you. This feels like a Lovecraftian story mixed with Kafka elements, then a bit of existentialism, or really probably nihilism, sprinkled on top of it. But what's it really about? Well, I'm gonna be vague because I want to avoid spoiling much of anything for you because, guys, do me a favor. I really want you to read this one and experience it. But essentially, it's the story of this town that is cursed, but not with a ghost, or a witch, or a person, or even a monster. No, it is instead cursed with a pattern, the spiral pattern. That in and of itself is already like an incredibly unique concept, I thought. But it is also executed so brilliantly, and in this medium, it really, really shines. So, this isn't an anthology series, but it kind of works that way a bit with its breakdown by chapters. We do follow main characters and, people who are part of their lives, but at first it seems like these spirals, like the spiral curse tales, are kind of independent or just parallel to each other, and they never really intersect. It's all just stuff happening in one town, so sometimes the people know each other, but nothing more than that. But as things really start to collide in the end, we see that this was all building up to this sort of, I don't know, beautiful tapestry of cosmic horror on a much grander scale than the first initial stories in this. And the way the spiral horror manifests itself is also really creative. I mean, they use the symbolism of spirals meaning eternity that's touched upon. We touch upon natural examples of spirals that metamorphosize into something more and something very disturbing. Look, not a spoiler, but I will tell you, I think I'm terrified of snails now. Um, we touch upon space. We touch upon man made skills like ceramics, which, as someone who took a ceramics class in college, I really enjoyed what they did with ceramics in this book. One of the protagonist's fathers is actually a ceramic artist, so it gets a decent light to shine in. There is some really, really horrifying, emotion eliciting art in here as well that I'm doing my best to kind of avoid because I think it's really fun to experience it yourself for the first time. So I'm trying to at least flip past most of that stuff. But I'm sure you can tell that the art in and of itself is really, really amazing. And you saw the sort of bookend artwork in color. And I think, I opened that up and was like, ooh, that's nice. I'm going to pick this up. But look, I don't think I'm going to give you guys much else more than that. I want you to experience it for yourself. Go check it out. Do me a favor. And, I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to probably pick up some more of his work and review it on this channel. Maybe more in depth for ones that I feel are less spoiler heavy. Oh, okay. Let's just take a closer look at that one. I mean, come on. That artwork is phenomenal. You have to agree with me on that. Well, you don't have to, but you should because it is. And really, I mean, come on, pretty frightening stuff there. But there's more frightening stuff in here too, I think. But yes, as I was saying, the horror, we're in the horror season, so I think I'm definitely going to be checking out some more of this guy's work, and I'm going to do it on this channel. So hopefully you're fine with that. Maybe you're not even interested in manga, but, maybe you can still enjoy that I enjoy this and that there are a lot of people that do enjoy this. So maybe we can just, go through it together like this at the very least. I know he has a lot of shorter stories too, so maybe, a real anthology of his will find his way in the mix there, and I can sort of break down the stories a little bit more and be a little less vague. But for this one, I was so blown away by it that I didn't want to, and I came in completely blind, so I want people to come in as blind as they can, really, with still being enticed to buy the book. Thank you all for joining me today, and you have a great rest of your day. Please like, comment, and subscribe.